Now, this Pokemon is by far one of my favorite Pokemon to do raids with on this game. It's absolutely incredible, and it's definitely my favorite out of the 3 Galarian birds. And you're going to find out why this Pokemon's so strong in this video. It's going to be the best Galarian Zapdos build for raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You want to get this Pokemon, this is the actual shiny version. You can't get this anymore. It was a code last year. But if you want to get the normal version, which actually looks better in my opinion, then you can just get it on the DLC of Sword and Shield or the giveaway on Sunday, where I'll be giving out all 3. Now, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. Plenty more where that came from. The size of this guy's feet. And if you want to join the Discord, it's a lot of fun over there. I would love to see more of you over there, and I can help you out even more if that's what you want. Link in the description. Let's get into the build. So the Tera we're going to be going with is going to be fighting. The fighting type Tera on this Pokemon is going to be so strong. It's actually going to be a ridiculous Pokemon to use in raids. Highly recommend getting one if you don't already have one. I mean, look at the size of them thighs and feet. That should be reason enough. So the held item we're going to be going with is going to be the Shell Bell. When we deal damage, we get 12.5% of that damage back as health, so it keeps us alive throughout the raid. We're doing so much damage with this Pokemon that we don't even need an attacking item. To get the Shell Bell, we're going to fly over to Levincia North, and then we're going to go inside the Delibro shop, click on battle items, scroll down, buy the Shell Bell for 20,000 and equip it onto your Zapdos. I would suggest stocking up on these. Next up, you're going to want to visit the actual Chansey supply shop, the black and green shop. We're going to get our nature mint here, and the nature mint you're going to want to buy is the adamant mint, so buy that and use it on your Galarian Zapdos. And what this does is it increases our attack and reduces our special attack. We are just a physical attacker, very high physical attack, 125 base physical attack. It's going to be a very strong Pokemon, but we don't need special attack. For the EVs, we're going to put them into HP and attack for survivability and damage. If you want to know where to get the EV items, just go back in the Chansey supply shop, and you're going to want 26 HP ups for HP and 26 proteins for the attack. If you want a cheaper way of doing this, go to any Delibro shop. It does take longer, but it is worth it, especially if you're doing 5 at once. Click on General Goods, scroll to the bottom. It'll be the Power Weight for the HP, Power Bracer for the attack. These give 8 additional EVs per kill. So if you take out 28 Pokemon that give out 1 IV, you will have a max EV guaranteed if they're holding this item. Now, if you want to make some money while you're at it, then get a Persian, level it up, teach it Payday, use PP up twice, it'll go to 28. When 28 reaches 0, you have a max EV, and you have 28,000 extra Pokedollars. Now, for the HP training, you're going to come right here on the map where that water is, so fly over to the lighthouse and make your way over. And when you make it over to the water, activate a fairy type encounter level 2 sandwich. It will spawn loads of Azurill. Take out 28 of these. So for our attack, we're going to come over to South Province Area 3. I might have said special attack by accident before, but I meant attack, so fly over here. And then activate an electric type level 2 sandwich, and you're just going to be looking for Shinx. If you see any Yungoos and Growlithe, you can take those out as well. They all give attack EVs. Take out 28 of these, and you will get your max attack EVs. Now moving on to our IVs. To go on your IVs, go on your main menu, click on boxes, hover over your Zapdos, click the plus button, it will go to your max IVs. You're going to need 5 max IVs, everything except your special attack. I like doing 6 just because it feels like a perfect Pokemon when I get 6. So go check however many you need. I thought I saw a shiny then. And then you want to fly over to any Delibro shop. When you get there, click on General Goods. First item will be a bottle cap. For every bottle cap you use, you get 1 max IV. So buy however many you need. And then fly over to Montenegro. Speak to the person next to the Abominable Snow. He will hyper train your Pokemon. Then just click your Zapdos. Then click bottle caps. And it will come up with your stats. Click HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. Then start your training. And then you will have your max IVs, EVs, correct nature. And you'll have the max chance of winning those raids. Moving on to the ability, on top of all the good stuff that this Pokemon has, it has Defiant as well. So if one of our stats gets lowered by any move that the opponent uses, our attack will boost by 2 stages. So that's just ridiculous, amazing ability, especially if they have those moves. Onto the moveset, we have Thunderous Kick, Light Screen, Taunt, and Bulk Up. Now, Thunderous Kick is a busted move. It's so strong, and it's on such a strong Pokemon that it makes it so good. So it's 90 power, 100 accuracy, and every time we hit with this move, it lowers the target's defense stat. So after we use Bulk Up, for example, not that we need to use it, but we can just spam Thunderous Kick all raid, and we just instantly win the raid. We have Light Screen to protect against special attacks. We don't really need it. Let me just switch these two around. We don't really need the Light Screen, but it's just there just in case case you do want to use it. We have Taunt. This will stop other Pokemon from using like Spore, Yawn, and all that stuff. By the time Taunts wore off and they put their shield up, we're already doing so much damage that it doesn't really matter at that point. We just use Taunt while we set up. And then Bulk Up raises our attack and defense stats. So they're against those physical attacking Pokemon. We can just use Bulk Up, increase our attack and defense, and we can just go on the offensive. Bulk Up, Light Screen, and Thunderous Kick. We learn through level up, get to level 100. You can relearn all these. Taunt, we will need to get a TM. So go to a Pokemon Center, go to the green section. This will be the TM machine. Go over to the dark section. It's going to be TM 87. Taunt. We're going to need Meowth, Sableye Gems, and Sneasel Claws. So let me show you where to get these. Seeing as though we're in the snowy area, we are going to get the Sneasel first. So what I want you to do, put a waypoint right here, fly over to Paldea's highest peak, and just make your way down on the right side of the stream. And we're just going to be going down slowly. You don't want to jump and miss Pokemon, because when Pokemon start to spawn, you're going to be looking out for Sneasels. There's a family of them. You'll normally find them straight away, 2 families actually. And you just want to take those out, and you will get your Sneasel Claw, and we can move on to the next Pokemon. Now, the next Pokemon, we're going to need to fly over to Medali West. This is where we're going to get our Meowths and Persians. Now, just go outside of the perimeter till you get to West Province Area 3, and we're going to look around the border, and we're just going to be looking for the Meowth and Persians right next to each other, so that's convenient. We're just going to take those out, and we will get our Meowth. Next up, come to the very bottom left of the map and fly over to Alpha Nada. Head to that cave in the background. It's going to be the Alpha Nada Cavern. Once you get in here, just keep running until you reach the edge, and you just want to jump off. And then we're going to be going to where those torches are right there. And this is the area I like to look for the Sableye. If you don't see any straight away on the top layer, just jump down. And we're just going to be searching around this location until we find one. So there's one right there. We're just going to go ahead and take that out. And we will get our Sableye gems. I know the Zapdos is taking out the entire race of Pokemon in this cave. Quick, smash that like button if you're enjoying this video so far. And let's get into some raids. First raid, we have a 6-star Steel type Avalugg. Perfect test for our first Pokemon. It's super effective against us because we are a flying type, and it has 184 base defense. I think it's the best defense in the entire game. Should be a pretty good test for us. Let's begin. So first up, we're going to use Bulk Up to increase our physical defense and our attack, because them icicle crashes are going to be quite dangerous. I suspected he was going to use Snowscape to get that snow going. And now there's nothing more to it. We just spam Thunderous Kick. I did no damage whatsoever, but it's going to reduce his defense every time we use it. We're going to use it again. It's going to do a bit more damage every time. Maybe I should have used a PP up on this Pokemon. I completely forgot. I have like 380 of them. I probably should have used one now that I think about it. Situations like this where we're against someone with insanely high defense, let's just hope that it's going to be enough. We're keeping on top of our health at the very least. His Icicle Crash did next to nothing. The shield's gone up. We get to Terastallize now, and now we're not weak to Ice type moves anymore. So let's go with another Thunderous Kick. So it's doing a decent amount of damage this time now that we've Terastallized, and we keep getting them defense drops. Icicle Crash won't do as much this time. We still have our Bulk Up. It does use Iron Defense also, and that's not really good. We're going to use Thunderous Kick again. It is paralyzed, not that it matters. So it doesn't do as much because he used Iron Defense, but we're going to get that defense down gradually unless he removes negative effects from himself. He's going to use Heavy Slam. That's probably going to be his most damaging move right now because he's Steel Terastallize. And use that Thunderous Kick again. I'm hoping we can get the shield off before he removes negative effects. We just need one more attack. Lowers his defense again, so now his Iron Defense is gone. He don't remove negative effects yet. Does remove negative effects. And then he uses Heavy Slam, and then he nullifies, which is actually good for us. Because we have a limited Thunderous Kick at the minute, I'm going to use Bulk Up here. So that's +1 attack and defense. We're going to use it again for +2 attack and defense. And then we're going to use it a third time, so we're on +3 attack and defense. He can't touch us, and we're doing a lot more damage. Avalugg is paralyzed, he can't move, that's great. And now we're going to start off with the Thunderous Kicks. So that's the first one, and it does break the shield and lower his defense by 1 stage. So the shield breaks. Now we have 3 attacks left because I was an idiot and didn't use PP up. Hopefully that's going to be enough. So there's the first one that does a lot of damage and drops his defense and gets us back to full health. He nullifies stats on our side. That's really not good. But I believe the last 2 will just do it anyway without us needing to use Bulk Up, because our AI can do damage now because the shield's not up. And then we're going to use our last Thunderous Kick to finish the job. We just got there. And the Avalugg goes down. There's the animation. Well, that was close. It's my own fault. And considering Avalugg had 184 base defense and he used Iron Defense, then I'd say that went very well. We did a lot of damage to it. But let's move on to that second raid where I expect it to be 100 times easier without the massive defense, and I'm going to actually use PP up this time. I'll see you there. Oh, this should be a fun one. It's a 6-star Ice type Hydreigon. Let's begin. We have a Staraptor, amazing. Oh, we have a Tauros, amazing. That's 2 Intimidates. Ready for this? I'm going to taunt it before it can taunt me, just to show it, just to assert dominance. So I've taunted it, can't use taunt after the taunt, boom. We don't really need to use bulk up because we have Intimidate users, so I'm just going to get started with the Thunderous Kicks. And as you may have saw, I did increase the PP of the Galarian Zapdos, and you thought I wouldn't. Going to use Dragon Pulse, that's fine. I also taunted it because it's going to use Work Up after our next attack, probably. So it uses Dragon Pulse. I think after this Dragon Pulse, it's got a set-off move that's can't use taunt after taunt. Oh, it tried using taunt, I guess. So this is our third attack. It does some more damage, that's amazing. If it doesn't put shield up, I'm just going to taunt it again, because it does have Nasty Plot and Work Up at some point. Couldn't move because it was paralyzed. Maybe that was the actual Work Up. So the shield does go up. I'm going to Terrestrialize here and use Thunderous Kick. So it's probably not going to use Crunch or Dark Pulse because we resist Dark types. The only move it can use is Dragon Pulse. And it doesn't have Draco Meteor, I don't think, the 6-star Ice type one. So let's see how much damage this Thunderous Kick does. He's on -3. It's done about a third of his shield, reduces defense even more. He removes negative effects from himself, that's completely fine. And then uses Dragon Pulse. He uses Work Up, that will increase his actual attack by 1 stage. Intimidate activates because the Tauros came back, that's amazing. And we just need to get that shield off before we go down, if we go down. I don't think we will go down because of the Shell Bell mixed with a Thunderous Kick and the actual Tauros and Staraptor using Intimidate. He uses Taunt, that's perfect. Another Thunderous Kick. How much damage is this going to do? This is going to do a lot more. We just need one more shot to take off his shield. His defense falls yet again, and we go back up to full health. We do. He uses Dragon Pulse. Let's see how much it does. About half damage after the Work Up. He removes negative effects from himself again, that's completely fine. He nullifies everything on our side, we never used anything. We're going to use Thunderous Kick here to break that shield. We get a critical hit, that's amazing, and we lower the defense. I can't believe it's a 90 power 100 accuracy, guaranteed to lower the defense shot on a legendary Pokemon that has high stats anyway. I was going to use Light Screen, I was going to be a wind up, but I guess we just use Thunderous Kick. Game's not going to let us mock the Hydreigon today. Will that finish? Not quite. It's got no health left, but it hasn't done the animation yet. Oh, it just goes down. It never did the animation. That's kind of weird. It did take Tauros out before it went down, though. Do we get any Herba Mystica? We don't. Let's move on to that third raid. Hey, guys. My actual mic was muted during the whole fight, the third raid. So I'm going to have to do a voiceover. We're going to be against the 6-star normal type Tyranitar. Let's get straight into it. So it does have rock type moves that we would be weak against if it was just flying, but it's neutral because we're fighting type as well. So as soon as we terrestrialize into a fighting type, it'll have all its moves not very effective against us. First turn, we're going to use Bulk Up because it only has physical attacks. He's going to hit us with a Stone Edge that's going to do a decent amount of damage considering we use Bulk Up. So we're going to use Bulk Up again. Now we're on +2 attack and +2 defense. He hits us with another Stone Edge and it does next to nothing this time. And now we're going to start to use Thunderous Kicks. So it does a decent little bit of damage because Tyranitar is pretty bulky and it has like 110 defense. And every time we use it, it's just going to lower that defense by 1 stage, but he does remove it, so we're back to square one. But he can't do any damage to us as things are right now unless he nullifies us. So we're just going to go back to using our Thunderous Kicks. He gets a critical hit with Stone Edge and does over half of our health in damage. He's not actually missed any of him yet, which is kind of strange. But we just do more and more damage every single turn with Thunderous Kick because of the defense drop, so our health's going to go back up in no time. He gets back-to-back crits with Stone Edge, which is crazy. He removes negative effects from himself again, so back to square one. But we're going to Terrestrialize here, so his Stone Edge is not very effective against us. His Crunch will be not very effective against us, so he has nothing to hit us with, really. So we have Terrestrialized, we are now a pure Fighting type, and we're going to use Thunderous Kick and do a decent little chunk of damage to that shield. Most importantly, though, it's going to reduce his defense by 1 stage and heal us by 82 health, back up to 182 health. He uses Stone Edge, we finally avoid an attack that gives us a bit of leeway, and now we're going to use Thunderous Kick again, doing even more damage this time. It's going to take off off just over half of his current shield and get us back a lot of health. I was kind of hoping he would use Screech to reduce our defense by 2 stages, because we use bulk up to increase it by 2 stages, and then our attack will go up 2 stages because of our ability Defiant. I was kind of counting on it, but you can't really control the battles sometimes, so unfortunately it didn't happen. We use Thunderous Kick again. It nearly takes it out. It's got a tiny bit of health left, and we go back to full health. No way we can lose now, even if he gets a crit and his shield breaks. So the AI can finish it off, or we can finish it off next turn. He uses Iron Defense, a little too late though, and then hits us with a Stone Edge, but we avoid it. He nullifies all our stats, but again, a little too late for that because he's like 1 HP. And we're just going to use Thunderous Kick again to finish him off, and he goes down. Now, this Pokemon is absolutely incredible. If you can, highly recommend going getting this. Even if you can, like, have the shiny. The normal version looks better anyway, and it packs a massive punch. One of the best fighting types, 100%. And would highly recommend using it. And if you've enjoyed this build, then make sure to check out the other Galarian legendary birds. And I'm going to put a really strong Galarian Moltres build on screen now, and I'll catch you on the next one.